Hi. So,
Welcome.
yes, thank you for having me. This is Dude, where's my tea?
Here's my tea.
Yes, and here's my coffee. I'm having a latte today with Sachi and Saku.
Hi.
Hi. So, I haven't seen you in 2 weeks. A week?
2 weeks.
Yeah, because I
Which is very late. You didn't
I
come
was-
over.
Yes,
We didn't hang out. So,
How have you been?
just work and house. Nothing major. Did take a holiday this past weekend.
Okay.
We went up to the mountains.
Which is funny because you didn't tell me.
Yes, which is also really weird because I usually communicate
Yes.
everything.
Yes.
And this time, I really wanted to like very anxiety-inducing for me to not have like a backup plan and like tell you, oh my way, like what we're doing.
Yeah.
Mostly also because I live alone and if something were to happen to me, then word would get around a bit slow.
So then we wouldn't find the rotting corpse after weeks.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
But this time I thought, you know what, I'm gonna give it a go. I'm gonna done pushing boarding. So I'm gonna do this alone and see what happens. So you guys didn't know, and you were a bit surprised when you found out.
Yes, and
Sorry
then when I
about
told
that.
Paldi, he had found out from another friend who lives abroad. She's like, yeah, Chutka's not here. This friend told me. I'm like, he lives oceans away. And like,
Yes.
yeah, then he was like, yeah.
But I keep the dog, so
Yeah.
I keep him updated.
So because you feed his dog, yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that's what happened. So how was your week? What were you up to?
Everybody was ill.
Oh yes.
Everybody is ill still.
Yeah.
Funnily enough.
There's
Yes.
some chest infection thing going on.
So the littlest one fell ill, and the other one fell ill, and then I fell ill, and the littlest one fell ill again, and now my husband is ill. So it's like it's a nightmare.
It's like a
It's
nightmare.
nightmare.
Right. So did you meet anybody interesting? Did you do anything interesting?
So every 2 weeks I go, you know this, I go to a poetry club at Lakman Library.
Right.
That's
Shout
down,
out.
Yes, that's down Alphanose Avenue, and it's amazing. It's a private library. You can take membership, and
They have these free poetry readings, right?
poetry club, and they also have a science fiction book club, and many other events, which is really, really, really amazing. And so, can
Yeah.
so so I go for the poetry class every 2 weeks. Sometimes depending on the schedule. So I had that yesterday, and because the lovely girl who usually convenes it was not in the country yesterday,
Right.
she asked me whether I could take over,
Yeah.
which I did. And then when I went there, I was terrified that nobody was going to show up.
Yeah.
It was just me and this other girl, and I was like, oh no one's going to show up. Whatever, I'll tell her if nobody comes. But then about 6 people came, so that was nice. And so we talked about Greek mythology and Persephone and Hades, and so we always end up talking about like trauma, and it's like a social discourse there. So all of that.
That's very nice.
Yeah, yeah.
So here's another thing, right? Even though we are those rare siblings apparently who get along
Yeah, yeah.
very well, we have quite a few differences. And some of our differences are based in our interests. Like, I do not poetry at all. Like, I can't write poetry. I read because I love words,
Yeah.
but
But you can write.
I can't. I've never written poetry.
Not marvelous, Mrs. Mason, what is it? The zombie lady.
So I've written a couple of stories for
Yes.
your kids.
Yes, and they're lovely, and the kids love them.
Other than that, I have done no writing
For a while.
for a while. And I don't. My point is, I don't write poetry. I don't. I can't even imagine what to write. And also Greek mythology. I'm not into it.
But why aren't you?
I don't know. Maybe you and Mali need to.
Maybe you should just talk to Seth about it.
I should. I should speak to Seth about a lot of things. I got very interested in the books he's reading. He reads a lot of books. But yeah, so lots of differences.
Yeah, and now he has started reading all the books I bring home for myself in the library.
Mm.
And then I remember
What he
that-
has is not enough anymore.
Yeah, so like then I remember that our mom never stopped us from reading my books.
Yes.
Even like the adult ones we read, even though we didn't understand a single thing.
Yes.
So I've sort of let him read
Yeah, we read some questionable
books.
books.
Like, a little bit questionable.
What is this?
What's happening? So he's reading like, so I got Brent Green's Way of the Shadow, and so he's reading that. And I was like, I don't know whether I should be reading that. But then today this morning he woke up, he's not well, so he didn't go to school. So he's just reading this ginormous book, which I'm sure is full of violence. And then it's about an assassin, so it's obviously going to be full of violence. But then he's reading that.
Is it fantasy?
There's a little, no, not really, no. It's like a, it's sort of, I don't know, yeah, it's a different universe, I guess. And it's about, but it's relatable to us because it's about street children.
Sorry, what's the name of the book?
Brent Green's Way of the Shadow.
Okay.
Okay.
What else have you been reading?
I have been reading. I've been, okay, so again, Sid has been taking my books. So, but this is a young adult and children's fiction.
Okay.
Tomorrow appears,
Yes.
Protector of the Small.
Oh, Protector of the Small.
So this is the second series. The first one is called Alana, the Song of the Lioness.
Okay.
Okay, that's also amazing. The first series is about a girl called Alana, who is so those days in this series at least, girls can't become knights. Only men are knights.
Girls
So-
can't become
Knights. So yeah, so that's the point. So she switches places with her brother. So she goes as Alan and to become a knight. So that's the story. And until like the fourth book, nobody finds out that she's a boy. Okay. And so she becomes the first lady knight of the realm.
Right.
The second series is about the second girl called Galadriel of Indalum. And so Protector of the Small is about Galadriel. Okay. So you would think because the first series is also about a girl and the second series is also about a girl, the facing the same hurdles, it will be similar, but it's entirely different.
Right.
And she's really different. And Galadriel is this sort of steadfast girl who knows what's right and wrong.
Right.
And she protects the small and like her sense of justice is
Okay.
yeah. Yeah, I think all children should read that.
And all of that. And I want to read it.
Yeah, because one particular part that quite struck was, so she's 11 when the story starts, and she comes across these other pages bullying someone in her class, and then she's small, and then she thinks, okay, they will bully me too, and then I can do it. So she runs off, and then she struggles with her conscience for days. Okay, so she's like, because she usually stands up to bullies, and but the other boys are really big because she's not the only girl there, and then she can't sleep, she can't do any of her work because she's struggling with her conscience and she feels stressed about it, and then she goes and stands up. So, and then when her friends find out that she's been patrolling corridors to protect the younger ones, and the friends are like, so why did you tell us? And then she makes a good point, and then she says, so if we let bad things happen now as children, and then we grow up and become knights, do we develop a sense of justice overnight when we become a knight?
Oh, that's beautiful.
Yeah, so we don't.
It's very profound.
It's very profound. So it's what we learn now that we will put out when we're adults.
That's very great.
And then, so her best friend who's older than her says, okay, it's sad.
I'm gonna do a warning and say, do not give the whole book out.
Yes. No, just
She
part.
has the tendency
Yes.
to like
Do that.
She's like the queen of
Let's talk about
spoilers.
supernatural. Yes, okay. So
Should we talk about supernatural?
okay, after this, yes. So he tells her, it's just that I had to learn my best lesson of chivalry from a 11-year-old. Yeah, that night school part of it. Yeah,
That's very
that's very nice.
So I will maybe, as somebody who has given up,
Reading, start on it. If you want to read from the library for you, it's at the library.
I don't know where the zest for reading all life actually has gone, but I need to get back into
Yeah, you
reading.
do.
The only thing I've been reading is the book you sent me, Scattered Minds,
Oh, which is amazing.
which is amazing. It's like word to word what we've been
Yes, talking about. Yes.
talking about. Maybe we are not the Malays, so maybe we talk about it with him. So some of the things that the book talks about,
Say to me by the end of the day.
I don't know.
Gabo mate.
Gabo
mate. Yes.
So it's a book about ADD, ADHD, where so if you have been struggling with not being able to concentrate, losing things constantly, just feeling in general as if you're always outside looking in, like you don't understand how other people live, how do people get by. This is like eye-opening. And it was written such a long time ago, right? It's an old book, it's not new.
No, it's not very new, no.
It's not very new, no. So that's been enlightening, that's the only thing I've been reading. I should get back to it. I'll probably join your library.
Yes. And you can just go there and read even if you don't have a membership with the library, you can read that.
Right.
Yes. Right, so let's tell them about Supernatural if you want to tell us.
Oh yeah. So she.
Yes, I'm not very proud of it. Oh, I am. Maybe, I don't know.
She can't keep a secret. Like she's really bad at surprises.
I'm bad, terrible at surprise. I can't buy gifts and keep them.
Yeah. So she used to buy all of my birthday presents at least like a week or 2 weeks prior, and she would want to surprise me. And then she'd be like, that very same night she'd be like, do you know I got this something, do you want to know what it is? And I'd be like, it's my birthday's not for another 2 weeks, do we really have to have this conversation? And then you would be like, oh, but can I show you, can I show you, can I show you? And so I'd end up always getting my presents.
And then I feel bad about not giving her something for the
So she'd
birthday.
buy other one. I'd have lots of presents.
Yeah.
So about spoilers, so she cannot keep it to herself. Like we used to watch way back in the day. We used to watch Supernatural together.
Yes. I watched it first, that's why.
No, we started together, and for some reason she proceeded without me. So she was a bit ahead, and then we were watching this one episode. It was a long time ago. It was at least a decade ago. More than a decade ago, I think. Yeah. So I'm watching this episode, and I'm trying to catch up to this girl. And so I come home, I'm trying to watch this episode, and she's like, what did you say?
Yes, I waited till like the last moment. It was gonna happen. And then I said, oh, this happens.
Yes. So
You
said,
live it. You live it.
it was Dean, wasn't it?
Yes, no, don't tell him what's gonna happen.
Yeah, so he was gonna, it's an old series
so
now.
he was gonna die.
So he was gonna die, and
then they said he very
and
casually
second
going up the
before
stairs.
he dies, she just walking by casually and she said, oh, he died.
Yeah, that was hilarious.
And then he dies. I'm still looking at her and he's dying on the screen, and I'm like, could you do this to me? I'm not over it.
Yeah, I know.
It's been maybe 12 years and I'm not over it. But even about books, like you have to know the whole story. If I ask you,
I
like,
try not to so now. Apparently it's not. It's frowned
it's
upon.
not a talent. She's a very talented girl, but it's not. Yes. Yeah. So another difference to go in the books. Yes. What exactly are we talking about? Other things are we talking about this week?
But we said we talk about mental health.
Yes, actually, yeah. So we did say we will talk about mental health. I wanted to bring this up. Like I was listening to this something else. Maybe it was an Instagram reel. I don't know. So where they were talking about siblings who bond.
Okay.
So which is not, I mean, lots of siblings do get along, but lots of siblings don't.
Yeah.
Or the relationships are very casual, like they don't run that deep.
Yeah.
Like in our case, we are very bonded. Like, We are quite joined to the
Too
hip.
bonded.
Yes, too bonded. We share everything.
Yes.
We talk about everything. We talk about our lives. We analyze everything. Like even with Mandy, who's 5-6 years younger than us.
Yeah.
He's actually the funny one. No, you guys are all funny.
You're so funny. You're not funny. No, she's the blob.
I'm the blob. So we talk about everything.
Yeah. But you get sort of dry humor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they were saying how people who bond, the siblings who do bond in their childhood are usually born up in an unsafe environment. This is
so much sense.
yeah. So this is how they feel safe is by forming an alliance.
Okay.
So I thought it was like when I heard it, it was like, oh, that makes sense.
Yeah, because we did form an alliance, not just emotionally at some points in our childhood. It had to be a physical alliance, which is we can't really talk about it because it would hurt our dad's feelings.
Yeah.
Yes, but there had to be times that we were just hiding at something.
The three of us would band together so that we can.
The two of us more actually.
Yes, because yeah. So I thought it was very interesting. And now you have your own kids. Me and Maldi have. I've actually gotten out of a relationship and I'm not considering having children. It doesn't bother me. I like my life the way it is. And Maldi.
And it's a good decision you made, I think, because unless you're actually really a million times sure that you can handle it, you shouldn't do it. Because I didn't realize it before I had children. I realize it now. Because you have to be invested. Because you have to be invested. I have so much going on in my head. We just, we've invested so much.
Yeah.
Right? And if you're just
It's
going
full
to
on.
yeah, if you're just going to do it willy-nilly, you shouldn't do it.
Yes, I mean, I've come across people who have had kids and do not know what to do with them. And so the kids get tossed about, like, it's so traumatizing for us.
Yeah.
Can't even imagine, like, and obviously, like, we're the type of people who want to absorb other people's problems.
Yes.
But you have to physically stop yourself from because you think the child's life and you cannot just interfere. But mostly it bothers me that there has been zero thought process that has gone into raising these kids, and they're just being.
Which is also why I think in schools these things should be taught, starting with separation. And then actually being told them the seriousness, the gravity,
Oh yes,
the seriousness of having a child because you're raising a human,
yes,
and it's very easy to make one.
so easy,
Too
too
easy,
easy.
too easy to make one. But the consequences of it are not easy at all because it's the most momentous thing ever because it's another person.
It's another person.
And you are shaping them as humans. And if you are not doing, if you're not sure, then don't do it.
Yeah.
And especially like we said again, it's so extremely easy to make them. Use every protection you can. Every protection you can.
Yes.
Yeah.
And don't take it lightly.
Don't take it lightly.
Like people get married and they're like, oh yeah, the next thing is to have a kid. Like,
It's not.
It's not. Live your lives
Yeah.
and then figure it out.
And they figure it out because the kids deserve better.
They
You
do.
deserve better.
Yeah.
And the kids deserve better because they didn't ask for it.
Yeah. So this is a whole other subject that we should get into because there's so much mental health that goes into it.
Yeah.
That we should talk about women's issues,
Yes.
everything that they go into.
Yeah.
And then we have the children themselves and
Yes.
their mental health, their
Yeah.
physical well-being. So everything. It's such a huge subject,
Yes.
and we are no
Experts.
experts.
Yes.
We have some interest in.
Yeah. It is what we've seen in society.
Yes, and our own experiences.
Yes.
So it's another subject. But can we go back to the mental health in terms of being siblings and being children, the kind of impact our parents
Had on us. Yes,
had on
the
us.
thing is, both our parents are very busy with their lives. Not, I don't mean just the career-wise. They were both very good but in what they were doing also.
Yes.
But also they had lots of other things going on in their lives, and so they had to divert a lot of their energy into those things. Yeah. So they loved us. There was no doubt about it. There was loves us, but we weren't the focal point. Like they didn't give. I don't think parents of that generation ever really gave parenting a conscious thought.
Yes, actually, kudos to our current generation.
Yeah.
We are talking about parenting
A lot. Yes.
We are talking about mental health a lot. We are talking about our economy.
Stuff, lot, yes.
A lot.
Yes.
And we are trying to figure this out.
Yeah.
We are trying to be present.
Yeah.
We are trying to be full human beings.
Yes.
And I do feel bad for our parents.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
they did what they could with what they had.
Yeah.
And with the kind of experience they themselves had,
Yeah.
they didn't. A lot of them didn't have enough. A lot of them didn't have positive experiences when they were young.
They didn't have enough love.
They didn't have enough love. They didn't even know.
Interestingly, I don't remember where recently I read a poem. If I was born again, I would. What is it called? Yeah. If I was born again, I would want to be born as my mother's mother. That's the name of the poem. Something like that.
That is so beautiful.
Yeah. So it said that for me not to have this whatever trauma that I have, if I could, I would be born as my mom's mom and make sure that my mom had all the love and the cherishing and everything, so that she would.
That's very powerful.
That's very powerful. Yes.
That's very powerful.
Yeah.
So I feel honestly I feel really proud about our generation.
Yeah.
We are doing a lot.
Yes.
We're doing a lot to be present. We're doing
Be
a
present.
lot.
That's what I wanted to say. Be present.
Be present.
Be present.
Yeah. I mean, we are trying to undo. We're trying to unlearn so much.
Yes.
Like how our parents lived their lives. We understand like there were obvious things they could have done. There was no space. There was no education. There was no
There was no
conversation.
discussion about it.
Yeah,
Yes.
there was no
Yeah.
nothing, right?
No.
So they winged it, which is fine. We are winging it
Yeah.
as we go on as well. But there's so much conversation now, and I feel so proud because I almost like out of our friends, especially, I feel like I don't know that many people who are not trying hard. Who's trying, who are constantly having these conversations like, am I doing, like, what kind of trauma do I come with? What kind of upbringing do I come with? And how do I make this a better experience for this child? Also, there are people who do like to go through life and not maybe self-reflect.
Drift through life. Drift through life. Yes.
I would personally encourage reflection.
Introspection. Yes. Yes.
Introspect, baby.
Yes.
Do it at every turn. You got nothing to
Yes.
lose.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, it's a lot though. Like,
It is a lot because sometimes, so like this came up in the Poetry Club yesterday also, that most of us, if we looked ourselves in the mirror, that we wouldn't like who we are. So introspection is hard
It's so hard.
because we see all our flaws and then we know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially if you have had like very critical parents, right?
Yes.
Especially our dad, who was the critique in the family, and our mom, who was the polar opposite.
Yes.
Who was so soft,
Yeah.
and there was no critiquing at all.
At all.
happening. There should have been some, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
So you learn to sort of grow up with that voice.
Yeah.
And I think internalized a lot.
A lot of Tata's voices in your head. Yes.
Yes. So it was in my late 20s when I was able to move away from home that I started to develop this idea that, you know what, it doesn't have to be this way.
Yeah.
And it's such a lot of work. It's constant, it's exhausting, and sometimes you want to give up.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I think I've come to a point where it's like, you know what? It's fine. It's fine. I turned out fine. So, you know, kudos to people who are trying.
Yes. Yes.
So how are you dealing with your kids? Like you have two,
Yes,
you're trying very hard.
I'm pretty sure I'm screwing them up.
Somewhere.
Oh my god, yes.
Like they do say like no matter what you do,
You screw them up because
you can't have it.
yeah, so it's like a daily, a conscious battle with myself. I lose temper very easily, and I get irritated. So then I remember that I shouldn't. Like irritation obviously happens because my eldest one is 10, and the youngest one is 4, but she's a princess. So
She's like the I call her the silent assassin
yes,
because she's so soft, she's so girly.
you
Like,
wouldn't even see her come and kill you.
that's exactly what it is. Like neither of us were girly girls.
No, we were.
There's nothing wrong with being a girly girl or anything. I mean, do whatever works for you. But we weren't particularly girly. We were actually quite tomboyish.
Yeah.
We were very rowdy. I mean, I don't.
I was very rowdy.
Yeah, and we were always like in dirt or mud or something. I don't. But she's such a girly
No,
girl.
she would go into mud. She would be muddy, but she would be dressed in the prettiest dress.
Yeah, she'd be like in a converse.
But in the mud.
And a tiara.
And a tiara, but muddy all over.
Yes.
Yes.
And then she speaks so softly. She's tiny. She's tiny. She's tiny, and then she speaks so softly, and then she has all these gestures like she's very
Yes.
soft. And then she does the like the most assassin type thing.
Yeah.
Like she's telling me the other day about your eldest
Yes.
taking her stuff, and she tells me, "Oh, but I just hid it," and I'm like,
What?
"You hid it?" Yeah, I mean, he can't take my stuff, and he's not allowed to take my stuff. Do you not take his stuff? Oh, but I do. I'm his sister.
Yeah, so we're trying to break that habit.
Yeah.
Yes, because that's not good.
Yeah, so we don't know where it's coming
From because we try to
It's
be
just
equal.
hilarious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So and the thing with my eldest is that he's very loving to her, and but then he feels cornered sometimes because he's much younger, and then because whenever she doesn't get her way, she would cry, and then he would feel terrible.
So it's like crocodile tears.
Yeah, but now we know. So now I hadn't really figured it out, and then but Aya was like, she's fake crying, Mama. And then to see, I just look at her and she's going.
See what I mean? The silent
I
assassin.
honestly thought she was like in distress.
Yeah.
She
She's got
wasn't
it up.
at all.
So my issue is neither of us were like this. We are
No.
very full on, very real people. Like we've
Yeah.
never fake cried in our lives.
She's like, why is she fake crying?
Or did we? Did Amma ever talk about us fake crying?
No, I just cried
You cried a lot.
a lot.
Yeah.
More like screamed, Mama, Mama.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was very clingy as a child.
Yeah.
I'm very clingy as an adult.
So I was complete. So again, more differences.
Yeah.
I was not clingy at all.
No.
I was like, let me be.
That's actually, there's like a psychological phenomenon where I've been reading up on it. So when the first child is like clingy or troublesome, I was troublesome a little bit. So I'm pretty sorry. Where the middle child, the second child, feels like, okay, this child is very troublesome. I should do stuff to make up for it.
No.
Yeah, so you adjust your behavior so that you're not so troublesome.
I knew it. I knew it. You're to blame for all that.
Oh man.
So
Yeah.
that makes sense.
Yeah, like, so even in families where the first child gets scolded a lot or whatever, the second child gets crying things.
Yes.
So-
You did get punished a lot for.
Oh my god, so much. But these are not faults. I was a big child.
These are not things that anybody would punish anybody for now. these
Yeah.
days. Like you wouldn't punish.
Except for it.
No. But these were just we were just being kids and we got punished for it.
A lot.
But yeah, so with your own kids, you're trying.
I'm trying very hard. And then I forget. So it's like a constant behavior adjustment
Yes.
on my part.
Yes. So what do you do?
And on Tanushka,
Like-
so sometimes Tanushka and I would be like lying in bed. And we're like, oh my god, did we do something? then I would ask, why sometimes he would ask, and I'm like, the fact that you're asking me shows that you're not screwing him up as much as you think we are.
Yeah, I think you guys are doing a fantastic job. I've never seen. I've seen some great parents. I have some friends who are great parents. But I think like you're the best out of everybody.
Oh, thank you.
Like with all your experiences and all your childhood experiences that happen.
Yeah.
or collective experiences also.
Yeah.
The amount of work you're putting in, even though you're a tired individual, like you are full on 24/7, and you do so much of the parenting, so much of the house stuff. The mental load you're carrying is like unbelievable. Like one of the reasons why I'm unattached, mostly unattached, and I make so much effort trying not to form relationships and trying not to tie myself down is because I don't think I can handle the mental load. Like it would drive me crazy.
Yeah.
So I am actively passive.
You need to see a therapy about it. You need therapy.
I am in
You are
therapy.
in therapy, yes.
I highly recommend therapy. It's a great tool to learn about yourself.
Yeah.
If you have the right therapist.
Mm.
I would say don't get discouraged, keep looking. These great therapists are out there. It's an amazing tool to learn about yourself.
Yeah.
It's an amazing tool to correct some of the traumatizing things you've done
Yeah.
for yourself.
Yes, and so speaking of parenting about that also, so my husband also just like us, so much trauma when he was little. Yeah. So he didn't also have parents or play with any of that. Yeah. So now because of that, because he didn't have that, he grew up in hostel when he was little, and so he like to make a conscious effort to actively play with him every day. Like if he's not raining,
That's very commendable.
yeah, so play out with water guns in the garden, put the hose on and just run around.
Yeah, and play badminton.
Play badminton or play just wheel Lego, rail tracks or whatever. Or in the little one's case, just climb on her father and jump down.
Why this is special, I think, is because to so many people who have had normal childhoods, who had very positive experiences when they were very young. Their parents were normal, and they were love was expressed in their household. These things come so easily to them. You see them playing with their own kids, and it is not even a thought. It is not even an effort. It just happens.
Yeah.
Just so natural. So for us, we have to put in the work. We have to consciously make us, because otherwise we are away in some other world in our heads, trying to deal with the monsters constantly, right? And so for us to bring ourselves down and say, no, I gotta be present. I gotta be present for these kids. I gotta play with them. This is the experience I wanted to have. That is so special. Like that takes courage. That takes so much effort. And it's exhausting too.
So after a while, he's like wiped out.
Yes,
and I
he's
love
wiped
him
out.
all the more for it because I know how hard it
I
is.
totally get it.
Yeah.
We're all the same.
And he also like he's very introverted, so he doesn't like to.
But for you, I think even though you're an introvert and you've had all these experiences or
A
whatever,
special kind of introvert.
you're special.
Special snowflake.
So you love playing.
Yeah.
I have
So
never not
tired.
seen. There's always dance parties. There's always the reading clubs. There's always something.
But I got accused last night of not reading because I was just too tired. So he visited his grandparents and despite my having told him not to, he's had tea in the evening, which usually makes it difficult for him to fall asleep. So he couldn't bed and the kid is not sleeping. And I was exhausted. I said, I think I told you, but I can't sleep tonight. And so obviously, you never read to me.
Never.
Never. Yes, you never read to me. But so I had to promise that I will read. So when he says read, he means that I make up a story and tell him. So my mental ears weren't working properly. I was like to make anything up. So I promised that I will make something up and read it.
Cool. So I think we can wrap this up. Can we wrap this up by reading your poem you read at the Poetry Club yesterday? I loved this, so I want you to read it to us, please.
Thank you. It's about Persephone. She's saying it to Hades.
Can you tell us who Persephone and Hades are?
Oh yeah, so it's in Greek mythology. Persephone is the goddess of springtime and flowers and all that. Yes, and she's the daughter of goddess Demeter, who is the goddess of harvest and agriculture.
Right.
Yada yada yada. So one day Persephone was just frolicking in the meadows as they do, and okay.
Yeah.
And Hades, who is the god or king of underworld, saw her and kidnapped her, took her down to hell. So now in Greek mythology, hell is not a bad place. Hell is afterlife.
Okay.
Hell is the name for everything. It's Hades. It's also called Hades.
Is there a heaven too?
Heaven is inside hell.
Oh, right.
Because hell is just a word for.
Okay.
So we will call it afterlife.
Oh.
Well, okay. Took her there, took her back to his palace. Okay. So, but what you should know is that this was thousands of years ago. That was how men took wives in Greece. Okay, you kidnapped women.
You kidnapped women.
So it's nothing to do with our feminism or anything. Just how people
The
time. That was how the times were those days. Anyway, so so Persephone was taken down, and then spring just stopped being, right? And then Demeter, who was the goddess of harvest, was going all over the world looking for her daughter, and so agriculture flopped. There was no harvest. Crops were dying because the goddess wasn't there. And while all that was happening down there, underground, in the underworld, Hades offered Persephone pomegranates. That's how pomegranates have started being equated with carnal love and everything, because offered pomegranates. And so she ate 6 seeds, pomegranate seeds. And that's why, so because of that, she had to, so one pomegranate seed was for a month. Okay, so she had to spend 6 months down there. And so when Demeter finally found her in hell, she and Hades struck a bargain and said, fine, she can stay down here for 6 months because she had 6 pomegranate seeds. But the other 6 is there above ground. Okay. So there's sunlight and spring and summer, everything for 6 months, and the other 6 months is winter. It's nothing happening. So this is the way that the ancient Greeks explained seasons.
Right.
Yeah. So if you read Sophie's World by Yossengada, all this is explained very beautifully. How the Norse people did it, how the Romans did it, all that, how the different cultures did it. So anyway, so this is the Greek version of it. So, and then later there were lots of other ways. Some people say that she wasn't kidnapped, that she was tired of her mother and she went down on the ground just to escape her overbearing mother. And some say she eloped.
Random guy.
Yes, but eloped. But the funny thing is, Hades and Persephone are like the only monogamous couple in in the Greek pantheon.
Okay.
Yeah, like Zeus just fornicates around. All the other gods have affairs and with mortal women. Hades doesn't. Hades is in love with his wife.
Oh.
King of underworld is true to his wife.
That's very
Yeah.
interesting.
Then they're equal rulers of hell.
Okay.
All right. So she's the goddess of springtime and queen of hell.
That is amazing.
That is amazing, right?
I love that. Isn't this the dream?
That's the dream.
To be the queen of hell.
Hell.
And also to rule spring.
Springtime, yes.
I'm all sunshine and rainbows and flowers. And I'm also the queen of hell. It's so cool.
That is so cool, yes. So those pomegranates and damsel were the prompts for the poetry club last time. And this is what I wrote. I wrote in a hurry, so it's not very.
Okay.
I've never spoken up except at the club. So this is very.
Well, now that you have started.
Yeah. Okay. This is how it goes. Okay. Did you think me a damsel in distress? Did you have to cancel your address to the nation of the dead to save me from the clutches strong red of my mummy? What are these beads? Oh, the seeds can have as a dessert a good pairing with the Ouroboros steak and the wine from the Lethe are also good as a snack while I watch you judge poor Orpheus up that steep track. Would I love some more? Oh yes, please. I'll take as much as I can get if you'd let me.
That's really cool. I love that. I love the part where it says,
Which was one the first bit, sorry. My books are very yeah.
did you have to Did you have your Tanzania dress? To the nation of the dead. Like, I love that. That's very cool. Bravo.
Thank you. Thank
Keep
you.
writing.
Yes. Yes.
So that concludes another episode of
Dude, where's my tea?
Dude, That's My Tea.
Yes.
Next week we'll talk about more mental health stuff, I guess. And more interesting people that we meet.
Yes.
We are hoping to have other siblings on the show
Yeah.
going forward.
Yeah.
So this should be interesting. So
And
we'll
other
meet some
interesting
interesting
characters.
people.
If you
Yes.
Yes.
So completely different from us.
Yes. Hopefully. Yes.
Not so gloomy, I guess.
Yeah.
All right. So see you next week.
All right. See ya.